Kolby, thanks for joining us. Democratic presidential nominees laid out their plans and ideas for Indian country in Vegas. What did you hear?
Well, first off, thank you for having me. Over the 2 days at the forum, we heard a number of things from the candidates. Senator Elizabeth Warren said in her administration that she would have a cabinet-level position for somebody on Native issues and Native affairs. Former Mayor Pete Buttigieg called for the mandatory funding of the Indian Health Service. But one of the more interesting things I heard was Mark Charles. He's a Navajo man running as an independent. At the outset of his campaign, he had his team do some research, and to get on the ballot in all the states as an independent, you have to exceed a certain threshold of signatures. His team found that the number of natives in each state exceeded the number of signatures needed to be put on the ballot. So Indian country quite literally can put Mark Charles on the ballot to be president of the United States.
Interesting. This is only the second time a forum has been held like this. How important do you feel they are?
Oh, these forums are very important. Anytime you can get somebody who will, or one of these candidates will end up to be the Democratic nominee and possibly president of the United States, and to get them on the record on issues affecting Indian country is huge. But what I think is equally important is holding whoever does end up winning the nomination, and if they do become president, holding them accountable to the promises that they made.
Good luck. What are the big issues in this presidential election?
For Indian country, as I formerly mentioned, there's health care and the mandatory funding of the Indian Health Service. There's missing and murdered Indigenous women, which First Nations in Canada are also familiar with. Climate change, language and cultural revitalization. Most, if not all, the candidates at the forum were asked about the Remove the Stain Act, which is current legislation that is put forward that would rescind medals of honor that were given to soldiers from the massacre at Wounded Knee. So those are some of the issues, big issues regarding the Indian country.
Never a shortage of issues. The slate of candidates is still in the double digits. Are there any front runners out there?
It's hard to say who the front runners are for Indian country specifically. I believe recently I looked at polling numbers, and the top four were former Vice President Joe Biden, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, and former Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
Kolby, while we have you, the controversy over the Kansas City Chiefs has been reignited as they're set to play in the Super Bowl in a little over a week's time. What's your take?
Well, as a huge sports fan myself, I'm definitely going to tune into the game. But what I think is important for non-natives to know is that, it's been said many times, but, we're people. We're not caricatures. We're not jokes. And there's a common argument that blackface, wouldn't fly in today's world. So what makes it okay to paint your face red and wear headdresses or war bonnets? I think it's important for non-natives to also realize that, these are ceremonial and you have to earn them. My colleague and associate editor Vincent Schilling had a great tweet thread on the issue, which I think everybody should check out. But I believe the needle is moving forward against these indigenous mascots that are very racist.
Well, Kolby, it's been great to have you. Look forward to speaking with you in the future.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.